Hey everybody, it's Sam Smith, realtor with JP and Associates Realtors, coming at you a few minutes late on Wednesday. I guess it's May 27th, and sorry about the delay, but we got our technical difficulties figured out. Today I have as a guest, I have Craig Foster. He and his wife Debbie started an organization called the Job Seekers Network here in Austin. I think it was in 2008, and I have been to their meetings before. It's been a few years, but they started it with the heart of helping adults emotionally, spiritually, and tangibly with the job search process. So I invited him to come today because there are a lot of people who right now are out of jobs or are underemployed at the moment. But I know that there are still jobs out there, but it's a matter of finding them. And so Craig is a great resource. Craig, thank you for coming on my series.
Thanks for being and having me here.
So I actually didn't realize that you had started the organization with your wife. So can you tell us about Job Seekers Network? I mean, what is it that, kind of in a nutshell, what you guys do?
Yeah, we're a job search training and networking group, and that's kind of called the Job Club. And so we help employers connect with top talent, as well as helping job seekers find better fitting jobs faster.
Okay. All right. Very good. So what inspired you guys? I mean, were you just sitting at the dinner table one night and you said, hey, we need to do this? Or was there like a defining moment that caused y'all to?
Yeah, there was, we were living in uncertain economic times back in 2008. And I had actually started a job club previously and had volunteered even back in the early 90s in Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Helped a job club. And so there's something about the job search process that really resonates with me. I think I resonate with probably putting too much of my self-worth into my job when I was working at Dell.
Okay.
And I could really identify with the job seeker losing their job and kind of being lost in the process of how do I find a job? Maybe I've been a stay-at-home mom for years, or I just haven't had to look for a job in 25 years, and really wanted to help people back then. And so we decided to go ahead and get started with another job club again. And this time it was kind of like a social startup where I was putting in 60, 70 hours a week and building the processes to help a lot of people back after the recession in 2008.
Yeah. So many people are comparing our period right now with 2008. I know there's a huge amount of difference in sort of the propagating factors or, instigating factors. But still, it feels kind of the same for those of us who remember what it was like. At that point, had you or Debbie lost your job, or it was just, this was kind of a labor of love that you came up with?
No, I had decided back when I worked at Dell, you said what was the defining moment. I think for both of us, it was, I was at Dell. We had 2 kids, house in the suburb, and I felt very successful. But at the same time, I had a little bit of emptiness and wanted to live a life of significance.
I see.
And so we had decided even in 2003 to start working where we could be in a position to help other people more and to live a life of significance that way.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I had gone through this terrible layoff or got fired. It was more just out of a motivation to help people.
Wow. So that's your servant heart was coming out, and I can respect that a lot. I know it's kind of hard if you're in a corporate environment. Sometimes it's hard to find a way to really give back to people. Not all the time, but sometimes we're called to a larger mission. And in fact, you were called to a larger ministry because Job Seekers Network I don't know the full story about how it got started, but I do know that it was started as a ministry at Hill Country Bible Church Northwest.
Yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we started it up and just, but from day one, we are there for the community. In fact, 80% of the people that come to us don't even go to Hill Country Bible Church. So you don't have to be a member of the church, or you don't have to be a member of any church to join us. And so at a certain point in time, we said, we really want to make sure that this is a citywide ministry for all people of Austin, no matter whether they, their race or religion. None of those factors matter. We welcome everyone.
Okay.
And I want to be a resource for the city and not just one church or one location.
Yeah, that's great. I know some people may be intimidated if they're not a churchgoer and they're not interested in being affiliated with a church. They may, have hesitation to show up, because in the past, and we'll get to this in a minute, but in the past, the meetings still have been at the Hill Country property, because there's that huge auditorium on the main floor. But then do you, it's good, it's comforting to know for those who don't want to be involved with church, that they are still welcome, that they can still come in and participate and not feel pressured. I know I never felt pressured, but but there's always an opportunity for a spiritual conversation, but it doesn't have to happen that way.
Exactly. Yeah. We get your permission to go down that path.
Mm-hmm. So it was originally a ministry, and then was it kind of a mutual decision between you and the church operations to go ahead and become a 501c3, or was that just kind of always the vision?
It was a mutual thing to try to make this a resource for the entire city, and it needed to come out from under one church and really become a nonprofit. So yeah, we are a 501c3 tax exempt nonprofit.
Okay.
And been since 2012.
Okay. All right. Good. So what I was alluding to earlier, are you meeting virtually? I mean, you guys normally have a meeting every Monday, just about every Monday morning. So it's all virtual now?
Yeah, we're all on Zoom right now. And the exciting thing is that about a year and a half ago, we partnered with the church down south, Austin Ridge Bible Church, and they started a job club. And so they do their Zoom meetings on Thursday mornings.
Okay.
So we're able to offer a guest speaker on Monday morning, and then we offer 2 trainings following that. Whether it's on resumes, interviewing, LinkedIn, job scan, networking, cover letters, we cover the whole gamut of the job search. And then again on Thursdays, the Austin Ridge group is called the Career Networking Group.
Okay.
They we promote their workshops as well. So actually, job seekers can get training and networking on both Mondays and Thursdays.
Wow, that's a great opportunity, because not everyone can come on a Monday, especially when people are I would use the word underemployed as in like they're working towards something different. Maybe they already have a Monday through Friday 9 to 5 or whatever. So that's fantastic to have a couple of days to choose from, whatever works for someone's schedule. Do they have a website? Because I'll look it up and post it in the comments after.
Career Networking Group, Austin Ridge Bible Church. You should be able to find it that way. I think it's just a page off of their church website.
Okay.
Where you're going to find it. But yeah, we also have guest speaker videos on our webpage. So past guest speakers. So people that do work, they can still get some resources. On Mondays, we do one over lunch hour. So 11:30 to 12:30.
Okay.
So somebody could join us for some great training on over the lunch hour on Mondays.
Okay. So you were saying things like resumes and cover letters. I mean, these are things that I have noticed, especially in the past few years, that the way of doing those things has distinctly changed, and I think for myself, because I do go on LinkedIn, and I started looking at my profile, and I thought, wow, that sounds dry. And, and the way people talk and the way they communicate, we don't all have to, when we're in our 40s or up, we don't have to talk like a millennial, but, we have to be able to communicate with each other. And so something like a resume, help writing resume or cover letter sounds like a huge value. Is that something that's free, or is that something that it does have a cost associated with it?
Yeah, all that that I mentioned is free. We do have 2 special workshops. One is on career direction.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where you should start with the job search, is what is the job that's a good fit for my personality, my wiring and gifting.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing we have is a Living a Called Life workshop, which helps you develop a life purpose, mission, and a statement, and goes over your values, your gifting, and then talks about having a well-rounded life-work balance. So those 2 workshops are paid, very low cost.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is free. You get a free resume review, free mock interview, training on LinkedIn. Branding is the other big thing. You got to know how to brand yourself in order to write a resume. So all that stuff is free.
Wow, that's a huge amount of value, and it's just available for, and there's your servitude is to give this to people for free. And I think, I would highly recommend, I think the career direction workshop, didn't Becky Terry, wasn't she the one that, does she still teach that?
She does.
Okay. Yeah. Does she teach both of those workshops, or just?
We teach both of those, and I teach both as well. And so Design and Focus is the name of the career direction workshop.
Okay.
We couldn't do it. It's just not my servant heart. We have 25 coaches that volunteer their time to do this. So we've got people that are business owners, that are, coaches in essence, and they develop skill sets to help teach on, we have a certified resume writer.
Mm-hmm.
We have certification on both resume writing and LinkedIn profile.
Wow.
And so she provides that for free. And we've got equally trained people have been with Kraft Foods HR for 25 years.
Wow.
Teaches on various things. So again, along the way, my wife and I weren't the only ones doing this. We had people coming along saying, hey, how can I help? And it's been a huge blessing.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you have a huge volunteer contingent.
Yes.
But, several years ago when I was showing up to meetings every once in a while, I think it was you and Becky running everything. But you have a few staff members now, don't you?
Well, we have one. We added an administrative assistant. My wife, Debbie, has always been part of the support. She was a founding board member and is a chief advisor and does a lot of the support system behind the scenes. So you may have some upfront people, but you have a ton of people behind the scenes that work on things.
Yeah. All right. Well, very good.
Yeah.
So, does a person have to show up, or like, do we have to set an appointment or a reservation, or
no,
kind of show up?
Yeah, you can show up for one of our Zoom meetings. We ask you to let us know if you're new by emailing us at info@job-seekers-network.org. So that's our main website. You can also get to our main website by going to jsnatx.org. But for emails right now, we're getting a new website, so we're excited about that. That's part of the COVID thing, where a website company lost some business due to COVID, and they said, well, we want to stay busy. Let's help do a website for Job Seekers Network. So,
well, is that an in-kind donation? Or, yeah. Oh my gosh.
So again, people are showing up and saying, hey, how can I help? And it's a community that's really providing these resources.
And it's not, yeah, I mean, it's the community. It's not like it's just the church or just people
Right.
volunteering out of that kind of heart. But I mean, I was on the website the other day and I saw like you had a representative from the company Indeed, which is a huge job search engine. And so that was someone who was coming, what did he talk about?
Yeah, he talked about, all the tools that Indeed has and just the job market in general, how it's looking, and just encourage people. So again, we have 80 guest speakers that we can call upon at any point in time that, again, volunteer the time. We have recruiters that work for companies. We have also agency recruiters who come and give advice from their point of view. And so, again, in addition to our coaches, we've got a bunch of guest speakers as well.
Yeah. So it's, I remember one time a recruiter had shown up from like a staffing agency or something. So, and I wasn't quite sure, is it like, do you occasionally have sort of like job fair type situations, or like where people will come and they will review for a potential position on the spot?
Yes, yeah, we invite recruiters to come in, companies to come in on a Monday morning, even when we're virtual, to come in and share their job leads. And we're actually talking about maybe doing a virtual job fair.
Okay.
But yeah, we welcome recruiters, and that's kind of one of the things we want from your audience is we want company ambassadors. So we've got a guy working at Apple that when Apple has a big surge in hiring, he'll let me know. If somebody wants to get a job at Apple, you can set an appointment up with him, and he'll talk to you over his lunch hour.
Okay.
And you know what it takes to get into Apple and how the process works. So we'd like company ambassadors at lots of different companies to not only let you know how the job leads are going, but also to act as maybe an internal champion or an advisor for someone who wants to work for that company. Wow.
All right. So audience, people watching, if you have jobs available or you work at a company that may have jobs coming up soon, Craig would be a great person to contact. I'm going to put contact information, website, and everything in the comments after we're done here. But yeah, reach out and let this team know what you have available or how you could advise, like, just in helping someone to figure out how to navigate into, especially like a corporate situation. It's not always easy to figure out how to get into, Dell or Apple or any of those larger, multinational corporations that are still based here in the Austin area, which is so cool. It's so beneficial for us. That's one way that people in our audience could help. Are there any other things that someone could do? I mean, you're obviously a nonprofit, so you're probably always open to taking donations. Is that right?
Yes, we are funded primarily through individual donors, people like you that have maybe experienced unemployment, can identify with that. People who just kind of want to help people that are kind of down and out, particularly during this time when our unemployment rate is going really high. We had a large number of people, even when we had the lowest unemployment rate in the nation, down under 3%. We still have in Austin, we have a lot of churn where people are in between jobs. They fall on hard times. They're getting a divorce and having to go back to work. Whatever might bring them to us, we help everybody. And so we need the community support to provide, again, those donations, corporate sponsors. Maybe your company would be in a position where they want to put their name out there, someone who's identifying with and helping a job club, Job Seekers Network, to thrive and to help other people, even to come volunteer. We have a Monday morning where we do speed coaching, where we bring in like 35 people, recruiters, job search coaches, experienced business people that will review resumes, they'll mini mock interview, they'll look over your LinkedIn profile, and just have a discussion on how things are going. So, and then we do a little mini job fair after that. So we'd love to have people volunteer to do any of that.
Wow. All right. All right. Very good. What else was I going to ask you? All right. Well, I think the most important thing is if anyone has questions, you're feeling kind of lost or whatever, I'll put the website, the link to the website below, and also the email, the info@jobseekersnetwork.org, job-seekers-network.org. And then, you know, whether you need help or you can provide help, that would be fantastic right now at this time. We're trying to, you know, our world, our economy is trying to get back on its feet. And I really believe it's completely possible. But, you know, it's really shown us recently that we need to help each other. And so I always think of you guys, you know, the Design and Focus really helped me. You know, this was many years ago, but it really helped me to kind of get my head on straight, I think. And now I'm so happy with my job. Yeah, which is great. So Craig, if you'll just hang on for a minute, and I'll go ahead and we'll just say bye to everybody. Thank you for watching, and let me or Craig know if we can help you in any way.